Good day to you, my Mrs. Bisola Azeez, the Iyaloja of Ikeja Computer Village. We're pleased to have you on Technology Times Live, where we engage with policy leaders and business leaders across the public and private sector in Nigeria. We're pleased to have you because you're the female leader of the largest consumer technology market in Nigeria and probably the biggest in the whole of Africa. And there's been some development in Ikeja Computer Village has generated again significant public interest in the last few days. The year is also just wrapped up, the year 2023. The market has played a significant role. And as the market leader, you've also seen the market trend, maybe across business and so many other spheres. And that's some of the issues that we'll be addressing in the interaction with you today. So, Iyaloja, Happy New Year, ma. Great to have you on Technology Times Live.
Happy New Year to you. Good day. Thank you for having me.
Mrs. Aziz, could you provide us with the key facts surrounding the recent demolition of a section of Computer Village in Ikeja, shedding light on the issues that led to this demolition action?
Thank you very much. The particular place that is being demolished happens to be where I have my private office, apart from the administrative office of the Iyaloja. That's number 30/31 Otigba Street. That's where Laptop Galleria, my private company, has been since 1999. I am the foundation member. I'm the very first tenant in that plaza. So I know the genesis of the whole place. Ever before I became the Iyaloja of Computer Village, POWA Plaza has been in existence, and we had an association in which we used to run that place, that's Computer Dealers Association, CDA. I was a two-time ESCO member of that association and member of the trustee of that association. To God be the glory, we have been there maintaining the place. When the place was built, we were part of, I can say that I was part of the people that financed the developer that built the place, and that was the reason why I got a shop there in 1999. Most of the people that had shop there, the very first tenants, were the ones we paid up front for the developer to develop on behalf of the police, POWA. And the initial agreement was that the developer would have that place for 10 years, then it will revert back to the police. But unfortunately, after 3 years, they told us that we now have individual landladies, that they have sold the shops to POWA members. So after 3 years, that was 2003, we started paying, 2002, we started paying to the individual landladies. So every landlady has their own, they have their own individual prices. So we're not paying uniform price. So later we all agree, we started paying uniform. It has always been from one problem to the other. Then they might come after 2 years and say some people, they have changed their landladies and you now have another landlady. I think the issue is that when new ESCOs of POWA come in, they always look for ways of making money. So is either they come to us that our landladies have changed and they need increments, this and that. But this one that started in 2019 was that they want to rebuild the place and that we should all vacate. Then everybody called the various landladies to a meeting that we thought that they said you bought these shops and they are yours. Why do you want to drive us? And if you want to drive us, let us know the reason why. They said they are not in the know. that the POWA executives are the ones doing their thing. I said, how can you say you own a shop, you have bought it from POWA, and you don't know what they want to do with the shop? Then that means it's not yours. But you people came with a certificate of occupancy showing that you are the owners. We had another meeting with POWA. They said no, that it was the landladies that needed increments. Okay, we went to them, we discussed, they increased the prices of the shops, and we started paying. We continued like that. But in the recent time, like few weeks back, they told us that the IG's wife, the new IG's wife, has called for a meeting and said that they have given the place to a new developer to develop, and that everybody must leave. He said there is no problem in living. We cannot perpetually tell the owner of a property what to do with his or her property. It's not ours. We are only tenants. But let's come to a round table. Give us time. Some people have paid 3 years upfront rent. For me now, my rent is supposed to expire this May. Some have paid 1 year upfront. Tell us when, give us time to leave. Maybe 6 months, then we'll stop paying rent. And if you must vacate us right away, let us know if our individual landlords are going to refund back our money that has been paid upfront, or the developer will do that on your behalf or on their behalf. Then you give us time to, then you give us form that when you finish rebuilding, if we are willing to pay your current price, then we can still have our shops back. But they were not just ready to listen to anybody. They were not ready to discuss with us. That prompted us to go to the courts to get an injunction, so that pending that time, at least they will sit with us, we will discuss. But of course, it is police, and they can take the laws into their hands. They came on a Thursday. They started pasting paper on our walls that they are going to demolish, that we should vacate in 24 hours. We went to all the state authorities in charge of demolition. They told us that there is no demolition order for POWA. We called the task force chairman that came with some other police to give us the 24-hour quit notice. He said that they only called him that he should go and give them support, that POWA ESCOs are the ones doing their thing. We tried, we called on the governor, we wrote letters to all the authorities, at least for them to give us time to vacate. A lot of people have gone on holidays for Christmas. They are not even around to pack their goods. How do we pack under 24 hours? We thought it was a joke that maybe they would give us like a week or two. But to our surprise, they came in the middle of the night on Saturday. Before we could say Jack Robinson, they've destroyed everything. I was able to pack few of my laptops, but I couldn't remove AC, remove the furnitures. But at least I packed my good. But a lot of the shop owners there that had traveled, because before they started demolition, they brought in some Hausa guys. They were opening shops and removing people's goods. They actually looted and carted away people's items before the demolition. It was a record. People videoed it, even though they came with over 200 policemen to intimidate people and harass them, despite the fact that they came in the middle of the night. People still made recordings, and it was a rude shock that that could happen in a democracy. At least you will give people time, you will talk with us, you will discuss, you will give us plans of what you want to do. Yes, we cannot stop you from taking possession of your property or using it for whatever you wish. But at least for tenants that have been there, for me, I have been there for almost 25 years. You can't just under 24 hours displace us like that, because there is no demolition order for that place. The demolition was completely illegal. Because we asked them for the demolition order, they could not show us anything. But because they are police, they intimidated everybody with guns, and of course, people will run for their lives. But unfortunately, over 300 business owners in POWA are in the East on holidays. So their goods were destroyed with the building. So that is exactly what happened in POWA. Before now, I have given interview on television, on radio, asking government to come to our aid, to plead with them to give us time to vacate. But we couldn't get help from anybody. And of course, they exercise power over us because they are police. But God is in control.
Thank you very much, Iyaloja, for the clarification that you have provided. Out of this clarification that you have provided, there's some follow-up questions we would like to ask you. In some of the viral videos that we have seen, some allegations were made that the demolition of the POWA complex was targeted at a section of the country. But you, as the Iyaloja of Computer Village, you are even a victim. So many other people are victims. Please give some clarification on this aspect of the information that's made the round that the demolition was targeted at a section of the country doing business in Computer Village. And also, please do clarify if there was any involvement from the part of the Lagos State government. Thank you.
That allegation is completely incorrect. And I think some biased people just want to indict Lagos State government for nothing. It was completely incorrect. I am a victim. I am Yoruba. The chairman of the plaza, as we speak, Tayo Shitu, is also Yoruba. There are a lot of Yoruba people in that plaza, a lot of Igbos, and a lot of minorities. Because if you are not Yoruba and or Igbo, in Computer Village, we call them minorities. We are mixed. So it was not as if it was targeted at any particular tribe. That is completely incorrect. And I think people that are spreading such news just want to cause problem in Nigeria. You know, this tribal and ethnicity problem that people usually want to use as sentiments when things happen. But that's not correct. Lagos State government has nothing to do with the demolition. They are not the owners of the property. So, and it's not as if the property is in distress. The government will say, okay, this property is in distress, we are coming to demolish. And if Lagos State government wants to come to demolish, they will give you demolition notice. There was nothing like that. So it has nothing to do with Lagos State government, because I went around to all the authorities in charge of demolition and they told us categorically that they do not have such permits. They do not have such requests, that nobody came for such requests for demolition. And they have not approved any demolition for POWA Plaza. So how, in all of this, how is Lagos State government involved? The property belongs to the police. The police came on their own to demolish, even not minding the court order stopping them from doing the demolition. So it's completely incorrect, and I think that people that are spreading such rumor, they are just trying to blackmail Lagos State government. I am a victim, so there is no way that somebody that has done me wrong, I will support the person or say something nice about the person. But I cannot lie against Lagos State government when I know fully well that they have nothing to do concerning this particular situation.
Thank you very much for the clarification. So, moving forward, has there been any compensation? Has there been any discussions with the police authorities following this demolition? Have they come back to you to offer any hope that some redress will come?
Thank you very much. Nothing like that. They are not even talking to us. They are not discussing with us. And that is why we are now calling on Lagos State government to support us to make sure that we get justice from the police. If they have willfully destroyed our property, our goods, they should compensate us. They should pay for what they have done, because the demolition is illegal, is illegal. Why would they do that without a demolition order, without giving us enough notice? We even begged for a week or two so that people can run down from the east to come and vacate their offices. They did not listen, thinking that whatever they do, nobody can bring them to book. But I am happy that we are in a democracy, and I'm sure that we will get justice from them. We are appealing to governments so that we can get redress for what they have done to everybody. I didn't lose any of my goods, but I lost furnitures because we were only able to remove the computers in the office. The fixtures we couldn't remove, and they all went down with the demolition. So they are not talking to us. They are not discussing with us at all. They are completely ignoring us as if we don't matter. And I think this is where Lagos State government should come in to help us, to come in to assist us to get justice from the police.
Talking about getting or seeking justice from the police, has the market association been able to have a fair idea of the figures involved in terms of losses, whether goods, furniture, products, and other related items? Do you have a fair idea today?
We are still collating it, so I can't give you a specific figure, but we are collating it. And I'm sure that by the end of next week, we should get the accurate figure, because most of the people, the former business owner in POWA, most of them are back now. So we are talking with everybody. We are having meetings so that we are getting data of the items each individual left in their store before the demolition, especially those that could not even vacate before the demolition.
Okay.
But I can tell you is a huge amount.
In terms of estimates, what do you think this huge amount might amount to?
We will be talking of nothing less than 1 billion, because most people there sell laptops, cameras, desktop, and you know how costly these items are.
Okay.
If I was not around on Saturday to move my laptops, I would have lost like 85 pieces of laptops and 20 pieces of desktop. You know how much that would be? There are some that are almost 1 million item per item. So what we deal in, they are capital intensive. So, but we need to get the accurate figure, and because I can only talk for myself, but I won't be able to talk for others. What I lost was just my furnitures, my AC, and other fixtures. But I didn't lose any goods. But a lot of people lost their goods because they were not around to vacate their offices before the demolition.
Thank you very much for the clarification. Moving forward, as the Iyaloja of Ikeja Computer Village, what progress has the market board made under your leadership, and what initiatives are being implemented to address the challenges faced by the market in recent times?
The major challenge we have in the market is the street trading, and we've been talking to governments that business owners that are paying huge amounts in taxes cannot be deprived of doing good business because of the activities of the street traders. And we have planned on how to map out ways that we can minimize what is going on the streets. We want government to come to our aid concerning this, because it's really telling on shop owners, major stakeholders in the market. Businesses have been very dull because a lot of people are running away from Computer Village because of the several vices happening on the streets. And it is because of the rowdiness of the streets that these hoodlums and criminals are hiding under to perpetrate their evil. So if government can come to our aid in sanitizing the streets, so that at least there will be free flow of people and vehicle, and people can come into the market and trade in peace. A lot of people are afraid of buying substandard items and some sharp practices going on in computer. We can keep mentioning that on and on. And what I've been doing concerning that is to make sure that we have invited consumer right protection to come and have a mini office in Computer Village. At least that will deter people from sharp practices. At least if you are not well treated where you have gone to do business, you have a place where you can report them to. Because sometimes, because what we sell are technical, they can give a customer a substandard item. They might not know until they get home, and maybe their engineer looks at it before they will realize that, oh, they have asked for a 512, they were given a 256 laptop. So if the stakeholder, the business owner, does not want to do the right thing, consumer right protection will be there to come to your aid. That is one of the things that we have done to make sure that at least people will be sure that if anything goes wrong, there is a government agency in the market that can always address their issue. And we have also been advocating, sensitizing the public too, that if you must come to Computer Village to do business, to buy, make sure that you enter a shop with a known address and name. Don't just buy from anybody on the street. You cannot stay on the street and say you want to buy iPhone 15 for 100,000, something that is like almost $1 million. Or you want to buy Samsung Fold, they will tell you they have it for 250 on the street. You should know yourself that what they are giving you is fake or nothing. Then you now get home or get halfway and say they sold to you fufu. When you are buying something of 1,050,000, Samsung Fold 3 for 250 on the road, what do you expect to get? So we are also sensitizing customers too by public announcements and advertisement that if you come to Computer Village to do business, make sure that you go to a well-known shop, a shop with a name and address, and make sure that wherever you are buying from, the receipt they are giving you is the same thing, is the same name with the name on the shop outside on their signboard. Otherwise, if you come to us to complain, how do we help you if we cannot locate the person you have done business with? So those are the little things that we are doing. Those are the little efforts we are making sure to have a very good business environment that all of us can be proud of as business owners, and where customers too can come and do their business in peace. At least when they come to buy, when they go, they follow our instructions. At least if they have issues, we'll be able to help them.
Thank you very much. More often than not, the Computer Village generates interest across Nigeria, often beyond. And so it naturally would lead us to the next question about wanting to know if you can share the current state of business activities in the market, the number of businesses you have there, the market figure for Ikeja Computer Village as of 2023, and some key highlights of notable trends and development in the year that has just wrapped up.
As we speak now, after our last count, we have over 10,000 shops and businesses in Computer Village right now. Not talking about people on the streets. I mean shops. Because you find out that some plazas have over 100 shops. For POWA now, we're almost 500. If POWA that was recently demolished, we're over 500 shops in POWA. And some buildings have over 100 shops. And on the streets, you can find like 20, 30 streets, 20, 30 buildings. And we have about 10 streets in Computer Village. So we have over 10,000 businesses in Computer Village as at 2023. And of course, it's still going to grow in 2024 because there are some buildings being demolished and being turned to plazas. Maybe 6 flats now, they would demolish it and turn it to like 50 shops or 100 shops. Those are still going on in the market. So by the end of 2024, when we do another census, then we will know whether it has grown or it has reduced. But as we speak, we have over 10,000 businesses.
Can you speak to the market volume? Maybe like how much do you estimate that Computer Village makes, maybe monthly or annually?
If anybody says they can tell you that, then that will not be correct. It won't be right. I won't say they are lying, but it won't be right. Because before you can give the turnover of the entire Computer Village, you need to do the statistics shop by shop. I can speak for my office, what I turn over annually. Then how do I talk for over 10,000 other businesses? So people just assume. Some will tell you over 10 billion, some will tell you 1 trillion. They are only guessing. And it is a huge task for anybody to do. Every individual knows his or her worth. But unless government comes and wants to do, okay, yes, we want to know how much is the turnover of Computer Village, and they begin to estimate each individual businesses and offices, then they can get the figure. But as I speak, I cannot tell you how much the turnover for Computer Village is. If I say anything, it will be a guesswork and it will not be correct. And I don't like to say things that are not right. I can't tell you for a fact that this is the estimated turnover for Computer Village. No. Although it is very huge, but I don't have the specific figure.
Okay, but still speaking to being very huge. As at the last time anybody checked or had an estimate, what was the guesstimate, if we could use that word, for the market?
I've heard somebody said 5 billion, and I've heard another person said 8 billion.
Is that monthly or daily?
I think they said monthly.
Okay. Looking ahead.
Those are not my words.
we understand what you have just said. Looking ahead, what's your outlook for the business climate in Computer Village in 2024 and beyond? And are there specific strategies or plans in place to ensure the market's continued growth and success?
Yes, we have a lot of plans to make sure that Computer Village gains back its lost glory. Because when we started in the middle 90s, it was a very nice place to do business. a very conducive area for everybody to trade. But recently, the street traders have taken over the whole place, and we are calling on government to come and do their job. Government says they don't want street trading in Lagos State. So if we must allow people in Computer Village to be on the road, we must know them. So we are planning on how to make sure that there is a particular size of cubicle you will use if you are to be on the road. There are certain areas you must stay, and you must be enumerated. Whether you are a shop owner or you are on the road, if you are within the vicinity of Computer Village, the authority must know you, so that if something happens in a particular street, we can say, okay, we know the person that sold this to you. We cannot be dealing with people that we don't know. We are trying to make sure that Computer Village is less porous. We are planning to make sure that there is sanity for people to come to do business. If there is sanity, the crime will automatically fizzle out. Because there is no sanity, that is why hoodlums have areas to hide and perpetrate their evil. So we are doing a lot on that, and our principal, the Iyaloja General, Chief Mrs. Folashade Tinubu, she's on top of the matter to make sure that Computer Village is a market that people can come to do business in peace, to do business and not be cheated. I mean, we want good news about Computer Village, and we are working towards that. And I know that it is achievable, it is possible, and in this 2024, we will get there, and people will marvel at the turnaround of Computer Village.
Okay, still looking at what would happen in 2024. There's been conflicting signals about the relocation of Ikeja Computer Village to another location in Lagos. Can you clarify the current stance on this matter? Are there concrete plans for relocation? And if so, what are the reasons behind such a decision, and if there's been any timeline?
Yes, there's no timeline, but the relocation is no longer a news to anybody in Nigeria. The government have said that they are going to provide a place they will be taking us to in Katangwa and Agbado, the local government. But we are waiting for the place to be ready. If the place is ready, we are also willing to move. But as we speak, the place, I don't think the construction has even started. We have in the market too, we also have a relocation committee in charge of the process of relocation. So if government says they don't want us in Ikeja anymore, we should move to another place, we have no choice, we have to move. But we are dialoguing, we are discussing, and of course, when the time is right, we will go, because what they are planning for us to be in Katangwa is a very big place, a lot bigger than what we have in Ikeja. I mean, well-structured parking space and all that, sectionalized areas for different things, different computer parts and items. If what we see on paper is what we get, everybody will be happy to go. But as we speak, the project has not started. And once it starts, we are ready to collaborate with government so that we'll have a smooth relocation. But as we speak, the project has not started, and we know that for that huge project, it cannot take less than 5 years for it to be ready. So, but we are going to be cooperating with government anytime they are ready for us.
Thank you. Another matter of interest is the fact that most of the products that your members sell in Computer Village are sourced from abroad. So in the light of the challenges faced by merchants in the market, particularly regarding foreign exchange fluctuations, what measures do you think policymakers and other stakeholders can take to complement the growth of these businesses and traders operating within Computer Village?
I think what government can do for us is, to give importers, although they have done it in the past, and of course there was the issue of round tripping, but I think what government can do is for them to let importers have a reduced dollar rate and access to foreign exchange, because there's nothing we can do if we don't have foreign exchange and we are not producing. For us in Computer Village, we are import based, and as the dollar is going up, so are prices going up. Laptops that we used to sell at 120, 130 now is like 300,000 because of the exchange rate. I think government should look into the area of the foreign exchange and the accessibility of this foreign exchange to importers. That is our own major challenge as a business group of people in Computer Village. It is a major challenge because we don't have access to foreign exchange. Dollar is very scarce and it is very high. And of course, what we buy is what we sell. In fact, a lot of people are even packing up. Most people in Computer Village now, they depend on manufacturers to bring in the goods for them and sell to them at whatever amount, because people are even afraid to go and import on their own because of the instability of the dollar rates. A lot of people are almost in trouble because of the exchange issue that the entire country is having. And Computer Village is not isolated. It is not a peculiar problem to Computer Village, but of course it is a major problem to us because we are completely import based. We don't manufacture anything ICT in Nigeria. Even those that claim that they are manufacturing, they are only assembling parts. So, and of course, people, the Nigerian mentality, if it is not from US and UK, nobody wants to buy. They believe that whatever we manufacture here as computer is substandard, because there are some locally assembled computers, but nobody is patronizing except maybe few government parastatals. So that the issue is for government to find something to do, that will help business owners concerning these exchange rates.
Thank you very much. On the final note, what message would you like to convey to the technology community, businesses, and consumers who rely on Ikeja Computer Village for their technology needs, given the current circumstances and future prospect of this huge market?
My message to customers, like I said earlier, is to make sure that they go and do business, they buy from a shop that can be verified. They make sure that whatever they need, they get it from a source that is reliable. Because if you don't get from a reliable source, if something goes wrong, you might not get help. That is why we have been telling them. My message to everybody is that you come to Computer Village, enter a shop to buy. And when you are entering the shop to buy, make sure that you do your background check and due diligence. Don't enter a shop where they write AZ Computers, and after buying, they are giving you a receipt of Laptop Galleria. So that is very important to customers. Customers should make sure that wherever they are buying from, it is a verifiable address and business name, so that when you have issues, we can assist you to get redress, because we cannot help you when we don't know the person you have done business with, and that happens a lot. So customers should be aware that whenever they come to Computer Village, there are a lot of people doing good businesses, selling high quality products, but make sure that you go to those people to do business. Don't engage tout on the street. Don't engage tout in front of people's shop. Enter the shop, see the shop owner or the sales girl, and make sure that all documents, you receive all your documentation after your purchase, and verify that it is the same receipt you are getting as the address and name of the office you have entered.
Thank you very much, Iyaloja. Is there anything we may have left out in the course of the interview that you want to add before we shut down?
Nothing really, but we want government presence in Computer Village. We want the Lagos State government to give us a special security in Computer Village. We need it. Computer Village is large, and if anything happens inside Computer Village, the entire country will be affected. So we need the Lagos State governor to look into that and make sure that, there's a special security surrounding Computer Village for safety.
Thank you very much, Iyaloja. It's been wonderful having you on Technology Times Live. We would, if need be, play the Oliver Twist again to bring you back. Thank you very much, and we wish you a great 2024 and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate.